No matter what happens, do not ever go to your narcissistic husband's mother for support. She will never ever understand your situation because she is his biggest ally, an enabler who sees no faults in his character. She is a friend to him who will never betray. She will do the opposite. She will blame you. She will find faults in your doings and gaslight you into thinking that you somehow are traumatizing and victimizing her poor little baby son. She will tell you to improve yourself, to make her son's life easier because he already has it difficult. In her head, she herself and her son are the biggest victims ever. Hi, I am Danish, a psychologist and a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Today's episode is all about understanding why you must never go to your narcissist's mother for support. If that sounds interesting, please subscribe before we begin because, as I always say, your subscription to the channel helps in spreading awareness about narcissistic abuse. A lot of traumatized survivors go to the narcissist's family seeking support, hoping that they will be understood, that his sisters, I'm talking about a male narcissist here, or his mother, or anybody else in the family will wake him up, will make him understand that he is doing something wrong, he is not supposed to act or behave this way, and consequently, he will become a better person. But what ends up happening only can be described as a nightmare, because this narcissistic hive collectively abuses the survivor. They blindly enable his actions because he is the golden child mostly. He is the one who can do nothing wrong. If there is anything wrong, it must be caused by somebody else in the situation, you. Out of her animosity and jealousy towards you, she will further aggravate the issue. She will poison him against you and make him do things she cannot do directly. This is called abuse via proxy. She will use him as a pawn. She'll be secretly happy about your suffering. But out of her hypocrisy, she might make it seem like, oh, she understands your issue because she is a woman as well. We call it pseudo-empathy. Or she may feign empathy. You know, the caring, concerning, loving mother-in-law. But in reality, she is monstrous. She is a cruel witch who only wants your destruction. Why? Well, think about it this way. You stole her biggest asset. You didn't, but that's how she thinks about it. You stole her son. The one who she saw as a replacement for her partner. The person she was deeply enmeshed with and almost treated him like her husband. That sounds disgusting. That's crazy. Truly, it feels like that. If you are a partner of such a narcissistic man and you have been dealing with your narcissistic mother-in-law, you know what I'm talking about. Drop your experiences in the comments so that you can validate other people, other women who are going through this hell of a ride. She won't understand you because you are an outcast. You do not belong to the group and she cannot accept you. Her daughters, the narcissistic man's sisters, are co-enablers who will abuse you on their mother's behalf, who will also abuse you on his behalf. This is how the cult works. They have this collective mindset. I call it hive mindset. It's like there's one mega mind running the show. Rest are minions. They are reflections of each other. They do not have individuality. They do not have unique personalities. They only work for each other like worker bees. They do the same thing. Their routine is established. And a big part of that routine is to preserve the image, the collective image of the family. The image that, oh, we are a loving, caring, compassionate, giving, understanding family. We are mature. We love each other. We call that pseudo-mutuality. And we are there for each other. And oh, come on, we cannot be cruel to women. And we are equal. That's the BS they sell to people. Now, when you go to them, you are showing them a mirror. And reality is always an aggression to a narcissist. They cannot accept it. They personalize it. When you tell them how the male narcissist, the member of their cult, is treating you, they make it about who they are. So it triggers their own shame. And to cover it up, they justify it. They blame you. They blame your family. They blame everybody except their own family, the narcissist, and themselves. Unfortunately, a lot of women in the beginning do not know what they're dealing with. They do not understand the dysfunctionality and the brokenness of this family unit. So they try to fix it. They try to bring everybody together. They try to involve themselves. They try to make themselves a part of this system, but fail and keep failing. The painful part, they blame themselves because they are told, oh, it's your fault. Oh, you are an outsider. They're always made to feel that there is something lacking in them or they're not a good fit. They give and sacrifice and do more. All for what? To be told that you are not enough or that this is how you have messed up and you're going to be treated like an outsider always. There is no integration in such a family. And to make them happy is a failed pursuit, which is the reason why you should stay away from them. You should not try at all. No matter how alluring the facade, no matter how kind one of these family members are to you or pretend to you, you should try to stay away and seek help from those who understand your situation as it is. Outsiders who have nothing to do with the family, not even extended family. You should not go to the source of this chaos, to the source of this pain, for they will always, I guarantee you this, take their child's side. They have been doing that. They vicariously feed off each other. That's who they are. It's a big parasite. The roots of familial abuse run really deep and you cannot cut them. You can do nothing about them. It's already a gone case. It's already a dead case. They'll always be like this. They'll always be the victims. They'll always be superior, or they'll always try to be who they pretend to be or project themselves to be as a collective unit, which they call family, but it's nothing but a cult. You will never ever become a part of it, no matter what you do, how you try, how much you give. And your narcissistic partner is always going to play the dual role. If unfortunately he is also a narcissist, which is what we are talking about, then there is no hope. You have to leave everyone. If he is not, which rarely happens, then both of you need to go away. You can't do it alone as a partner. He has to wake up as well. He has to realize who his mother is, how deeply he is enmeshed with her, and how he has been enslaved psychologically. He needs to break that trauma bond, never look back, burn the bridges, and create his own family unit. But before that, he has to heal his deep core wounds, mother wound, father wound, sister wound, all the wounds together. It's a lot of unraveling, I know, but that is a must. I'm sharing my personal story here. I am the cycle breaker. I had to burn the bridges. It was painful, but I would say worth it. In conclusion, I would say narcissistic mother and narcissistic son are the same person living in two bodies, but they have the same mind as I described earlier. So you cannot appeal to either one of these. They think the same way, they may behave differently, but the motivations driving their behavior are the same. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.